Okay, everyone, welcome back to MTG Life. I'm just wanting to sit here and say I'm back from my vacation. It is 8 minutes till 8. I got back home around 6:30 after a 10-hour drive with no AC. Dear Lord, I immediately came home, took a shower, ate a little bit, and now I'm doing this. At the time of the recording, it is almost 8, so it'll probably be uploaded a few hours after because it takes so long to do this. And I just want to say one thing. Next is a Fate, people, and your eyes do not deceive you. It is the Buy a Box promo. 2 blue, 5 generic mana for an instant. Take an extra turn after this one if it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere. Reveal it and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. This card here is of course sleeved because it is a $25 card. You can only get it by buying a booster box. No, the box that I pre-ordered did not come in, but I did go to an LGS because my friend, we left on Saturday we were up a few hours after midnight, and pre-release first started on that exact day at midnight. So when we finally got down to Florida, like 10 hours later, we were able to convince one of the drivers to stop us off by an LGS, which was actually like 34 minutes away from where we were, see if we could actually pick up some pre-release packs. After their what is the word? Dang it, I can't think of the word. After their events. There we go. The events, they weren't allowed to sell them. Some LGSs will, depending upon how many people actually showed up and how many people will show up. These ones actually had quite a few people show up, so they weren't selling pre-release packs, and it wasn't time where they could sell them after a month. But they were selling booster boxes, which is where I got this. And sadly, I didn't have my camera with me, so I wasn't able to videotape the opening. Me and my friend both got this. Suffice to say, I had a very interesting time. I went back there twice. We will get into more of the stuff I have opened up. As you can tell, I got some good stuff. Now, I do want to go ahead and say I did also get a Dominaria booster box. Second time I went to the LGS, it was, I actually pulled a Teferi, which is why I had the emblem out here, but sold him because actually one of the store owners was willing to pay me more than what I would have got back in-store credit. He was like, just wait till I get off shift and I'll buy it from you. He bought it from me like $25. I'm not going to say where or his name because he can actually, I'm pretty sure he can get in trouble for that. But he was nice enough and he bought it from me because he wanted it for his collection, for his decks and stuff, because no one really came through trying to sell one and such, and he didn't want to pay like $30-something, not including tax, for it. So yeah, and I needed the money. I was kind of out already, $215 because I finally broke down. My friend guilt tripped me into getting some Eclipse sleeves, and I just threw them all over the place. And I now have standards when it comes to sleeves. I had a few sleeves before, but they were like old Ultra Pro ones, like from like 3 or 4 years ago. These are butter. They shuffle like butter. What people say is true. I now have standards for sleeves. But yeah, I had fun. The vacation was amazing. Sitting out there on the beach, I would stay up till 5 o'clock at night, just sitting here with a soda in hand, my feet kicked up, just enjoying the cool ocean breeze and watching all the drunk drivers driving around. Because you know we were in the touristy area. Anyways, and this right here is I actually did a Winston draft. For those of you who don't know, you buy 6 packs, shuffle them up, and do some fancy stuff. You guys can search them up. I may explain them later in another video, but it's mainly for 2-on-2. And so I did a first draft there with my friends since we were there. We did Kaladesh. We rolled some dice to see which stuff we would. I made a nice little mono white artifact deck. I will go through that later. Which from one of the packs, as you can tell, I did get a Saheeli Rai out of it, which was nice. I'm really regretting selling the Teferi though. I did really good. Sadly, my friend pulled the Bolas and I didn't. He also got 2 of the other Elder Dragons. I didn't do bad myself. I actually came away with probably more money if I had decided to sell it all. Like if I had decided to sell all my mythics, I probably would have come away with more money than him. Although he did get a friggin' foiled Death Baron, which kind of ticks me off. Anyways, back to this draft deck here. I actually won 2. We were doing best 2 out of 3. And I lost 2 to 3. So I didn't do that bad. It was a very good deck that I made, and for the first time drafting and doing a Winston draft, which is a little weirder. And this video is largely just me talking about my time down there in Florida and at the LGS and what I did and all that stuff, and talking about the cards I got, because sadly I wasn't able to open them on box. So this is going to be a little bit longer, but before I get to that, ready to random. Dang it, I was going to write this down, but I didn't. I'll probably post in my email in the description. I did not forget about you, ready to random. So here's my email. It is moemel8@gmail.com. moewmail8@gmail.com. I'll probably post it down there in the description so that you can see it. Send me an email and we will get to talking about sending you out that foiled negate that that I gave away to you. I figure you've probably been waiting for me to finally get back here so I can send it out to you. Sorry you had to wait so long. It was just something that popped into my mind last minute. If I had been planning on doing it, I would have done it 2 or 3 videos before so I could send it out to you before I went on my trip. Suffice to say, I did not. Now, I'm not going to read all these cards, by the way. We're going to start with the draft deck. I'm not really going to read them all. You guys can pause the video if you guys wish. Electrostatic Pummeler. Animation Module, those are my rares from it. Gearshift Ace. Aerial Responder. Decoction Module. Fairgrounds Warden. He was very useful in flickering. He actually won me one of my games because I was able to flicker my opponent's big creatures. Servo Exhibition. Iron League Steed. Chief of the Foundry. Inspired Charge. Built to Last. Pressure Point. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot ×2. Tasseled Dromedary. Renegade Freighter. Ninth Bridge Patrol. Propeller Pioneer ×3. My opponent really hated them. My friend did, because as 3/2s with flying, they were very dangerous. Acrobatic Maneuver, Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot, Sky Swirl Harrier, Eager Construct, and then of course the basic lands. Tell me what you guys would have thought of that deck if it had been during actual draft season stuff and all that stuff. I think I did pretty well on it. I think it was a nice deck. And then of course I did put a few of the cards I got from M19 into my Bolas Brawl, because we decided to do that because he got the Ravager and he wanted to do something with that. So I did get a Chaos one. This here is probably one of my top favorite rares in this set for artifacts. It's 3 for an artifact you pay for, tap. Opponent exile cards from the top of his or her library until they exile an instant or sorcery. You may then cast it without paying its mana cost. Then put the exile cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of that library in a random order. Double this up with Bolas the God Pharaoh, who is my Brawl leader in my Brawl deck. With him exiling cards to cast them, then double it up with this. You're exiling and casting 2 of your opponent's cards at the same time after time. It's quite nice, quite fun, and very quite satisfying. Next one is Fraying Omnipotence. It's 2 black, 3 generic mana for a sorcery. Each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards in their hand, then sacrifices half the creatures they control round up each time. Very nice card. Very Bolas-y flavor. If I can get the Ravager, dear lord, I want the Ravager so bad. so I can make a flavor deck. Open the Graves. Same mana cost as the Omnipotence. Enchantment, whenever non-token creature you control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Probably going to go into a Kresh deck. Those are in my Bolas Brawl deck. And of course you guys saw the Saheeli Rai. Now then, let's just move on to our mythics here. Narumea, Master Wizard. She's basically a flash lore that copies an instant or sorcery for a hit wizard deck. I'm actually going to build one here soon. My friend actually bought a Muldrotha right before I bought the Dominaria booster box, so sadly. Blue, black, green for 3 generic mana for a 6/6 elemental avatar. With during each of your turns, you may play up to 1 permanent card of each permanent type from your graveyard. Very useful, very good. It's a good brawl deck leader, or just a good commander. Do a lot of different kind of combinations with them. Probably do a Sultai kind of thing with it. Yeah. It can be broken. Okay, so the next card here is Krivix Bladewing. He's one of my next mythics. 2 red, 2 generic mana for a 4/4 legendary dragon. Kicker 3, flying, enters battlefield. If it was kicked, create Krivix Bladewing, a legendary 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. I'm sorry, I had a thought in my head. Anyways, what I found interesting was in the exact same pack was I also did get the token going with that. That's always nice when they put the token that goes with it, or the emblem that would go with it, into the actual deck. Now then, of course, in case you have not noticed it, I did pull one of the big hits in the set. Yep, you got it. It is Scapeshift. 2 green, 2 generic mana for a sorcery. Sacrifice any number of lands, search your library for up to that many land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Double this up with Animus Awakening in my Omnith deck. Ooh, blood will be spilled with tokens. Anyway, suffice to say, I'm going to put that into that deck. Very good card. It's one of the big hits. Not the case hit, that would be the Boltless. But I did get some of the top 10 cards from it, in price wise at least. Victus Asmadi the Dire, he's definitely going to Kresh deck. It could also just be used as a plain another commander. Blue, black, red, green, 3 generic mana for a 6/6 legendary Elder Dragon flying. Whenever he attacks for each player, choose target permanent that player controls. Those players sacrifice those permanents. Each player who sacrificed permanent this way reveals the top card of their library, then puts it onto the battlefield if it's a permanent card. Do a lot of weird, interesting, chaosy things with that. Now then, here is one of the other hits in the set. Resplendent Angel, at least in Mythic slot. I did, yeah. 2 white, 1 generic mana for a 3/3 Angel flying at the beginning of each end step, so not just your turn. If you gain 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white Angel creature token with flying and vigilance. You can pay 5. It gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. So you could possibly just straight up attack an opponent with this and activate its ability. Not bad. Liliana, it's not one of the top, high up in the top 10 for price wise, but it is up there. Untouched by Death, 2 black, 2 generic mana for 4 loyalty planeswalker, +1. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. If at least one of them is a zombie, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Not bad. -2, target creature gets -X until end turn, where X is the number of zombies you control. -3, you may cast zombie cards from your graveyard this turn. I'm gonna say there's probably going to be a Liliana Untouched by Death brawl deck made eventually for zombies, especially since Death Baron's been reprinted. Also, no telling what she's going to do in Standard. Maybe Mono Black Zombies will make a comeback and come in and do something. So you guys may want to keep an eye on her. If you guys, I don't do price wise, but she's probably one of those ones that, depending upon what the pros actually do with their decks and such, and if they decide to play her, there's no telling if she could go up in price. I'm just letting y'all know I don't do price stuff. This is just me completely guessing. It's my honest thoughts on it. Now then, let's get to some foiled rares. One with the Machine. It's a blue 3 generic mana for a sorcery. Draw all cards equal to the highest convert mana cost among artifacts you control. Foiled. Can you guys see that? There you go. Both these foiled rares here are the bulk rares. Sun Cleanser, I'm not really going to read it. I don't want to read all the text, but it is foiled. Feel free. Now then, let's move on to our other foils. Sorcerer Wand. Let's see, there we go. I'm not going to read these ones because they're not rare and such. Foundry Screecher. Tectonic Rift. M19 card. Explosive Apparatus. Oreskos Swiftclaw. Hired Blade. Reclamation Sage. Spark-Tongue Dragon. Now this next one here, I really love the artwork on it. This Foiled Plains. Dominaria. Really is a beautiful foil, and this, the camera does not do it justice. Sergeant at Arms foil. Soul Salvage foil. Time of Ice foil. Gaia's Protector foil. Powerstone Shard foil. Now we're going to get into our rares of the M19. Lina, Selfish Champion, 6 mana for a 3/3 human knight. When she enters the battlefield, you create 1/1 soldiers equal to the number of non-tokens you control. Sacrifice her. Creatures you control gain power equal to her. Creatures you control with power less than Lina's power gain indestructible until end turn. My bad. Valiant Knight, another Lord. 4 mana for a 3/4 human knight. Other knights you control get +1/+1. You can pay 5. Knights you control gain double strike until end turn. Really good lore to use. Buffs all your other knights and then can give them double strike. I predict knights to make a there to be a tribal knight deck to be showing up at one of the GPs or something like that, or tournaments, anything like that. I expect there to be yeah, definitely Tribal Knights is going to make a comeback, especially when Return to Ravnica, because if you don't know, the Boros were all the super good, nice, good soldier people. They involved Knights a lot, so Knights will probably be in there as well, so no telling what can... Goblin Trash Master, 4 for a 3/3 Goblin Lord. Buff them, sacrifice Goblin, destroy target artifact. Elvish Clancaller, an Elf Lord, 2 green for a 1/1. Buffs your elves. You can pay 6, search your library for another one of these cards, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. Really good kind of card. I mean, if you make a deck replace out of them, no telling what you could do. Another one with the Machine non-foiled. Supreme Phantom. It's a Spirit Lord, 2 for a 1/3 flyer. Gives spirits you control +1/+1. That's largely probably going to be mainly used in the modern for the spirit deck and such. Now then, next card here is Death Baron. My friend got a foiled one of this, so Death Baron. He's 3 for a 2/2 zombie wizard. Skeletons you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. You got another Lord right here, and a nice one too. Happy to get him. He's like one of the ones that people are super psyched about. Dark Dweller Oracle, 2 for a 2/2. You pay 1, sacrifice a creature, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Definitely going in my Crush the Blood Braided deck. Hungering Hydra, I'm not going to read everything on it, but basically the only Hydra ability it does not have is the one where when it dies, you put 1/1 counters onto target creature equal to its power or toughness or whatever. Thorn Lieutenant, 2 for a 2/3. Whenever your opponent, it becomes a target of a spell or ability your opponent controls, create a 1/1 green elf. Pay 6, it gets +4/+4. So if you pay 6, it becomes a 6/7. Sun Cleanser, non-foil. Sigiled Sword of Balron, 3 for equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0, vigilance, and is a knight. Whenever a creature attacks, create a 2/2 white knight vigilance token creature that's attacking. Equipped for 3. Desecrated Tomb. Definitely going to play this in a kind of graveyard recursion kind of deck. You pay 3 for an artifact. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your battlefield, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. Amulet of Safekeeping. This here is not a kind of card you're going to want to keep an eye on. It's really good. It's 2 for an artifact. Whenever you become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1. Creature tokens get -1, -0. It's a 2-drop, people. Like I said, the Knight deck is probably going to become something really strong. Probably Knight tokens, probably Knight Soldier token deck. Most likely what's going to come about. This here basically makes those 1/1 soldiers 0/1s, makes the Knights 1/2s with vigilance, brings them down. Not to mention means that if you can basically run this as a sideboard card pretty easily as a playset or something, because you can either use it to mess with token decks, which will probably be a thing with Knights and soldiers and such, or if you're running it's a burn deck, play this out and it becomes a way to kind of do a bit of a pillow fort. And in Commander, it will definitely probably go into a pillow fort kind of deck. Because, I mean, you were having stuff so that they have to pay to attack you so that they won't want to. Now you can have a artifact that they have to pay 1 more to even try to burn you or do something to destroy yours. Do anything to you, really. Double it up with Dampening Sphere, and it can get a little bit annoying, because I mean, then your opponents here, if they're trying to burn you, have to pay 1 so that it's not countered, and they also have, if they try to do another spell after it, they have to pay another 2 actually extra, so that it's not countered, and then so that it can actually hit them. Wind Reader Sphinx, 7 for a 3/7. It's got a nice toughness on it. Fire, whenever a creature with flying attacks, you may draw a card. And not much, just a bulk rare. Goreclaw, Terror of Kalsisma, 4 for a 4/3 bear. Probably going to become a favorite for those people who like to run bear tribal in EDH or modern or whatever. I mean, come on. Creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Whenever it attacks each creature you control with power 4 or greater, gets +1/+1, gains trample until end turn. I mean, bear buff deck. Hello? Dismissive Pyromancer, 2 for a 2/2 to pay 1 tap loot, or pay 3 tap to deal 4 damage. Transmogrifying Wand, 3 for an artifact. When it enters battlefield, it has 3 charge counters. You can pay 1 tap, remove it, destroy target creature. Its controller creates a 2/4 Ox token. Not bad at all. Very useful removal. Dragon's Horde. Dragons may end up becoming something. I don't see them printing many dragons in Ravnica, aside from the Draco Gene from Niv Mizzet. So I don't really see dragons becoming a thing in that. I mean, we only have so many dragons right now in Standard, but I mean, in any other kind of deck, Modern, or even Commander, Brawl maybe, very useful right here. Dragon's Horde, 3 for an artifact. Whenever dragon enters the battlefield under your control, put a gold counter on it. Tap, remove a gold counter, draw a card. Tap for any 1 mana of any color. Magistrate's Scepter. You pay 3 for an artifact. Pay 4, tap, put a charge counter on it. Tap, remove 3 counters from it. take an extra turn after this one. I really like this card, not just for the extra turn Wizards deck that's going to happen here with this, with the Nexus of Fate and such, but also the fact that most cards, when they do something like that, take an extra turn, it has something where you can't get to it. Like Nexus of Fate puts it into your library where if you want to get it, you either have to draw it again or you have to tutor for it. You can't then just use something in your graveyard to go get it. And other stuff's like sacrifice this or exile this after you take the turn or whatever, so that you can't go get it as easily. With this, you can just continue. You just have to put more mana into it, tap it. If you have untapped artifacts, you can easily pay, if it's late game, multiple times for this. Now then, Detection Tower. It's a land, you tap for colors, you pay 1 tap until the end of your turn. Your opponents and creatures your opponents control with hexproof can beat the targets of spells and abilities you control as though they didn't have hexproof. Very useful against those Wizards decks that have hexproof. Mystic or Pillowforts. Mystic Archaeologist. Pay 2 for a 2/1 wizard. Pay 5, draw 2 cards. Djinn of Wishes. 5 for a 4/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield with 3 wish counters on it, pay 4, remove it, reveal the top part of the library. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. If you don't, exile it. Definitely gonna maybe do a deck where you're just messing with the top cards of libraries. Metamorphic Alteration. You pay 2, enchant creature. Enters battlefield as chosen. Enters battlefield, choose creature. It's a copy of the chosen creature. Did get the Isolate that some people are talking about for Modern. It's 1 for an instant, exile target permanent with convert mana cost 1. Not bad. I also got the black version, technically. Yeah, I mean the black 1-drop from the set. Infernal Reckoning, black for an instant, exile target colorless creature. You gain life equal to its power. One of my friends didn't realize that is Bolas right there, in case you did not know in the artwork. That's Bolas, not Bolas, my bad. That is not Bolas. That's Ob Nixilis, crushing a Eldrazi. You can understand from the flavor text where it says, "When these intruders are gone, Zendikar will be my throne, my palace, my playground." Nixilis was trying to take over Zendikar or destroy it and such. Liliana's Contract. Pay 5 for an enchantment, enters battlefield, you draw 4 cards and you lose 4 life for 5 mana. That's already good. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. Not bad. Put it in a Shadowborn Apostle deck in case you watch Game Nights. Or you could do it in a Modern deck or even a Commander deck like this, where you're running Changelings. Because if you don't know what Changelings are, they're shapeshifters, but they have the ability of Changeling where they are every creature type at the same time. So if you remember from Battlebond that how one of their cards loosely references cowards, Changelings are also considered that random creature type coward as well. So, and quite a few of them are 2-drops, 3-drops, 4-drops, such. Play this out. You could possibly even have them all on the battlefield by the time you need them. Now then, I did get the Cleansing Nova, the board wipe. 5 for a sorcery, destroy all creatures or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Also got the nice Alpine Moon. Take that, Tron. A red for an enchantment. Enters the battlefield, choose a non-basic land card name. Any of the Urza lands. Lands your opponents control with a chosen name lose all abilities, types, and abilities, and they gain tap add 1 mana of any color. Spirebluff Canal. I got it from the Aether stuff, not Aether, Kaladesh stuff, so I'm putting it in here since it's new. Which is Mastering, not going to read it, you guys know what it is by now. This is Dominator stuff, I'm going to go through it a little bit faster. Targar, Feminine Incarnate. I'm going to either make a Commander deck or Brawl deck out of him, or he's going to go in my Crush deck. Antiquities Wars. I like the sagas. I got quite a few of them. I'm definitely going to end up making an artifact deck. Wish I had gotten the Tezzeret though. He would have been very useful with that. Banalish Marshal. 3 for a 3/3. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Human Knight. Like I said, those knights are making a thing. You got like, what, 2 or 3 lords for them now? I mean, you run a playset of him in there and a playset of, what are they? what was the other one? Whatever he was, the 4-drop. Then run Les, I think her name was Les, the legendary, the white legendary for knights. I mean, you can create a lot, you can buff a lot of them then. Mishra's Self-Replicator, 5/4/2/2. You can pay 1 whenever you cast a historic spell to create a token of it. Not bad. Go in Authentic. Most Vile Offering. If you watch this, then you should know what that is. I did get the Chain Whirler. I'm probably definitely going to make a Goblin deck. Oh, and before we continue on, I do want to say I did get 2 Gutter Snipes, if you guys were wondering. Yeah. I didn't get, I got the, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's that 3-drop blue enchantment with the whenever you draw a card, your opponent mills the top 2 cards. 2 or 3, yeah, 2 cards. I did not get the, my friend got the blue enchantment, Patient Rebuilding. Whenever you draw a card, your opponent mills, and then for every land they do that, you draw a card, and then it can possibly continue. Double it up with the enchantment, makes a nice little combo there that I was very much wanting to try out. I did not get the card. Kind of hate that I didn't get a full playset of those enchantments either. And you guys know what's weird? I got 2 of those, and 2 Gutter Snipes, which Gutter Snipe for uncommon is a pretty good hit. I did not get any of the Reliquary Towers. My friend got 1, and every other video I've watched, people are always getting 2, at least 2. Karzov, Sengir, Pureblood. The First Eruption. Tempest Jin. Any kind of mono blue deck, he is great in. I mean, hard cast him in a mono blue deck, he's already a 3/4 with flying. Late game, he could easily come out as a 6/4. 2-headed giant. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Thran Temporal Gateway. Urza's Ruinous Blast. I still want the friggin' Jaya's Immolating Inferno, but no. Nothing ever wants to give it to me. I really wish I could have gotten Jaya. Hinterland Harbor. Now, for those of you who don't know, I also did get a foiled Isolated Chapel. And I also got the unfoiled version as well. But the Isolated Chapel was going for a good $6. So I sold it and got like another booster pack. Grand Warlord Rada. Very good for any kind of deck that's running Ramp and Burn. I mean, Banefire in this deck. I did not get a Banefire also. My friend did, but I didn't. I mean, run this deck. You can easily ramp into, like, with Banefire. I mean, it's just a red and X, deals that however much damage you want. Then, if it's 5 or more, it can't be countered or whatever. Anyways, yeah, you could possibly deal easily 10 damage or something right there. Right up Bells in Luck. The Mending of Dominaria, whatever. Gonna go into my Omnith Locust Rage commander deck. Territorial Allosaurus. Traxos, Scourge of Krug. He was one of those promising ones. I may make a deck out of him just to show that he's still useful. I did get another Steel Leaf Champion, 1 more, and I will be back up to a playset finally. Joda Archmage Eternal. You're gonna make that 5-color Wizards deck. Helm of the Host. Not a bad card to get out of here. Creates non-legendary tokens of your stuff, including your legendaries. Squee! Oh dear lord, Brawl deck out of Squee. My friend has a Brawl deck of Squee. It's not bad either. Black Blade Reforged. I'm glad I got this card. It's very useful, very nice. 2 for an legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Equip a legendary creature for 3 or equip hard cast for 7 onto anything else. Precognition Field, definitely going to go into a Wizard's deck. Passive Bombardment. Daring Archaeologist. Mirari Conjecture. Wizard's deck again. And the Sulphur Falls. about it right now, y'all. Ain't got much else going on. Figured I'd go ahead and do this video. I'll either upload it tonight or tomorrow. I want to go ahead and do it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed hearing what went on. At least with the Magic stuff, I enjoyed getting to finally play some Magic with some friends. It was really fun and enjoyable, and I even enjoyed my time out there in Florida. That was really nice, and the LGS was a really nice place too. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of these cards from M19. And oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something. I just remembered something I saw in another video. So I remember watching a video where someone was talking about the old stuff and where the new card stock is to see if they are made in the same place, because if you don't know, it's like blue and then the was purple, and if you take them and you can see what ink they're being used in, unless it's not used for tokens, which would mean I just ripped a token for nothing. Yeah, not used for tokens. But never mind, I'm not going to do that then, and I just wasted 2 tokens, which I could have actually probably used. Anyways, I'm going to say good night. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I enjoyed doing this, and I'm glad to be back, ready to random. Either look in the link or the description, or just use what I said. I will repeat again, moemail8@gmail.com, MOEW mail@gmail.com, no capitals. Thank you, man. We'll talk about that and get that out to you. Have a good night, everyone.